again, Mike is busy potting up some figs today, but while he does this, I wanted to do an update video because our garden has really had a lot of growth in the past couple of weeks. Here is our watermelons. They are growing everywhere. Mike said that he's seen a couple little watermelons on them, but I haven't seen any. And then here are the cucumbers. They are doing very well, giving us lots of cucumbers, of course, as these plants do. These are the bigger cucumbers, technically the slicers, but we have 15 of them currently in the fridge, and we get more and more every single day. So I will be cutting these into spears and making them into pickles this weekend. So moving on to the tomatoes, these are the sun sugar cherry tomatoes. I actually had to get Mike to come out and help me dig through this tomato plant jungle to pick a few of these because they have really been going pretty crazy out here. You'll see that they're really cute little orange tomatoes. They're good. They're really good in a salad, but they're not very acidic and have generally a mild flavor. And Mike and I do tend to like the more acidic, bold tomatoes. But we're very grateful. And like I said, it makes a really good addition to a salad. Next, we have the Amish sauce tomatoes, I think they're called. This is our first year growing them. Like the cherry tomatoes, they've done very well. They are loaded with tomatoes, but we're having lots and lots of issues with worms, unfortunately. So moving on to the rest, these are the Cherokee Carbons. All of these tomatoes are on using the Florida weave technique. Then we have the Purple Boy coming up here. And they are doing good too. And then these are the Berkeley tie-dye tomatoes. We have had the chance to try one of these and they're good, but they're just really mild and they're also really watery. So we're not sure if we're going to plant these again next year, but they're really pretty. And then next up we have the Hausenators. These are probably the prettiest, meaning the roundest, but they're not actually doing as well as the others, but we can still see lots of fruits on them. And then these are the Shelby tomatoes, and they're new to us this year too. They're shaped similarly to the Amish sauce tomatoes, so we'll see how they turn out. And lastly, in our Florida weave tomatoes, we have our Bella Rosas, and they're doing good too. All right, so moving on to the peppers, these are the Durangos. They're doing really well. They're going to turn red and then almost a dark red / black color. So we're kind of letting them ripen right now. And then we have the Aruba Cubanelles. These should turn orange and red, so we'll see. They're supposed to be a sweet heat is what they said, but we've never actually grown them, but they seem pretty interesting, so we'll see how they turn out. And then up next we have the roulettes. These are really tiny right now. They're supposed to eventually turn red, and from what we understand, they're supposed to be a sweet pepper with no heat. And then lastly, the Hidalgos, they are supposed to turn red to a really dark brown, almost black color. So we're kind of looking forward to seeing what those look like when they are fully ripened. And then moving on, we have our green peppers. They're doing really, really well. And some more bell peppers. They're also doing really, really well here. I think we'll definitely have enough peppers for salsa this year. I think we'll be good. The blueberries and blackberries are doing so great. Blueberries, we have snow chasers and emeralds planted, and even though these plants are still small, we are getting quite a few blueberries still, which we are grateful for. And then the blackberries are such a great variety. I don't remember what they are right now, but they're such a sweet berry. They almost taste like raspberries. And then moving on to our fruit trees. Right now, our peach and pear trees are putting out quite a bit of fruit, so we're really excited to watch them grow and figure out what to do with them. And last year, the pear trees, the flavor of the pears were just absolutely amazing. So I wanted to give you an update from our last video. We were able to harvest our onions. We didn't have a huge harvest, but we are certainly grateful for what we did. After we let them dry, we put them in these green mesh bags and then we hang them in the pantry. We ended up with 7 of these bags. And then we also harvested our potatoes. And then an update on our nursery. In addition to the figs, we have lots of blueberries and blackberry plants planted. In fact, there's 288 of them. There's 144 blackberries and 144 blueberries. And so the blackberries, we have 72 sweetie pie and 72 twilight. And then the blueberries, we have 72 pink lemonade and 72 sharp. So, yeah, that has been keeping us busy, making sure that they're okay and doing well. And then we have goji berries and mulberries. Shout out to Jan Doolin for the great mulberry starts. And next to be added to the garden are these zucchini and squash starts, and they'll be headed to the garden bed soon. So I think that really wraps it up. Thank you for joining us on our garden adventures, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.